Today in crypto, the days of Bitcoin under $20,000 are running out fast. We are facing a perfect storm scenario of scarcity, high demand, technicals, and fundamentals all lining up together. There has never been a better time to be in Bitcoin. My name is Lark, and this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the wild land of crypto. Also, for all of the traders out there in the audience, I highly recommend that you check out Femex. It is the best place to long and to short Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a just great range of altcoins. Chainlink, XRP, Cardano, they've even got gold on there, so you can do futures markets or just spot markets, right? Right now, they're also running an insane promotional campaign. You can get up to a $720 Bitcoin trading bonus if you sign up using the link down below in the description and depending on how much of a deposit you make. And you're also going to get 10% off of your trading fees for using that link. So an absolutely great deal for the traders out there in the audience. But do act fast as this is a limited time offer. Okay, so on to the topic of today. And I know, before you say it, I know. This is one of those video titles which will live in infamy of the internet. After I made fun of myself and other YouTubers on Wednesday for, not delivering this kind of video for you guys, I thought, you know what? We do need a good last chance to buy Bitcoin under $20,000 video. And you know what? If other YouTubers aren't going to deliver that for you, then I will. So that's what we do here on this channel. I got your back, guys. Seriously. Anyway, look, here is the simple thesis of this video. We are at the start of an epic bull run. The macro factors and demand for Bitcoin have never been stronger. While the timeline is vague, the simple reality is that even if it takes days or weeks or months, that in the rather near future, you will never be able to buy Bitcoin under $20,000 again. We're going to look at that back much like we look at buying Bitcoin under $1,000. It's just not going to happen. Yes, we could see a big correction tomorrow. We could see a big correction next week. We hit $20,000 this weekend, then drop dramatically. Whatever. That's the day-to-day stuff. That's not what I'm talking about here. Big picture, these prices under $20,000, it's simply not going to last forever. And if you see any big dips for Bitcoin, you buy them. You buy the dips, guys. We're in an uptrending market. That's what you do. Now let me back up that statement with some facts for you. The demand for Bitcoin has been soaring all year long, driven in large part by big money investors. We have hedge funds. They've been a major feature of this Bitcoin rally, as well as other big money players like family offices and famous macro investors, right? The Stan Druckenmillers and Paul Tudor Joneses. These guys are not lightweights. These guys are strong hands. They are buying likely with multi-year time frames for their Bitcoin plays. They're not panic selling on a 10% drop like your average retail guy will. They're aggressively buying more Bitcoin when they see dips. They're well researched and they're well funded. They see the big picture. They understand the fundamentals. And currently they are buying so much Bitcoin that they are outpacing the newly created supply. Only 900 new Bitcoin is made every single day. Grayscale, the biggest buyer of Bitcoin on behalf of institutional money, regularly buys 2 to 3 times that much Bitcoin every single day. How long can that situation continue and the price of Bitcoin stay under $20,000? Not that long is the answer. This is exactly why we've had this massive run up over the last few months. And if you think institutional demand is going to drop, then check out this story from today. The S&P and Dow Jones will be adding cryptocurrency indexes in 2021. Yeah. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And while institutions have obviously been a major driving force of this rally, we cannot totally discount the average retail buyer and their effect on the market, especially moving into 2021. Cash App, for example, has 30 million users. They love Bitcoin. They're also often outstripping the daily newly created supply. PayPal and their new service is now also approximately requiring more Bitcoin for their clients every single day than is being created by miners. So between just these three players, Cash App, PayPal, and Grayscale, we are seeing demand 3 to 4 times in excess of the daily new Bitcoin created. That is a supply side crisis if I've ever seen one. Then we have lots of other players coming in besides these guys, right? Coinbase has 30 million customers. The New York Digital Investment Group just closed another $150 million round. Companies like Square and MicroStrategy all taking their piece of the pie. And you know what? There's simply not enough pie for everyone. It's the truth, man. The second major factor here is the fiscal policy tsunami that has been unleashed by central banks around the world in response to the COVID crisis. Now, this is a big part of the why that we see the hedge funds, the macro investors, and the family offices, and all these guys getting into Bitcoin. They understand the big economic picture in a way that a lot of people necessarily don't. And there are two primary features of this crisis: rates and inflation. Let's start off by talking about inflation. The number one response to the crisis across the world has been inflation. This is mostly coming in the form of stimulus money. Sure, you're getting checks to individuals, you're getting money to businesses, it's, big handouts to big corporations, all that stuff. Everyone's getting paid. But where's that money coming from? They're making it, they're printing it, man. In fact, the dollar fell yesterday on fears of another stimulus package coming in the USA. That's just, again, money. They're just printing out of thin air. That's what's happening right now. And every time a new dollar is printed, it devalues the dollar in your pocket ever so slightly. Normally, inflation is kept, under 2%, so it doesn't have such a noticeable effect year to year, day to day. But governments have been printing so much, so fast, that some analysts are saying that we could hit 5 or even 10% inflation over the next couple of years, which is a dramatic escalation. That's for the dollar, right? Other currencies are also going to get hit pretty hard. So anyone holding cash, particularly the dollar, the global currency, right, you're going to get stung really hard over the next couple of years. Now, traditionally, investors flocked to gold during such periods of high inflation fears, but now they have found a new hedge against inflation, a much more exciting and newer one: Bitcoin, the hardest asset of all time. Hard-coded scarcity, hard-coded deflation. Which brings me on to the second point: rates. You see, rates are all good when they're positive. All good, right? You may not make much leaving your cash in the bank. Chase, for example, famously gives 0.01% a year. That's not a joke. That's really what they give. I wish it was a joke. It's that ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But what we are seeing happening right now is increasingly negative rates. It's already common in the European Union. The UK will be doing negative rates in 2021. The USA is likely to see rates at or near zero. We can't rule out negative rates there either. Money will flee this rate poison, and Bitcoin will be waiting there with open arms. Bitcoin's not going to steal money out of your bank account like negative rates will. And finally, looking at the technicals for Bitcoin, amazing as well. And it's really simple. We have now registered a new all-time high with really very little fanfare for Bitcoin, indicating the start of a bull run. Not the mania at the end of the bull run where they blow off top and everyone's like, oh my God, this is the new paradigm of money. This is quieter, more sophisticated right now. Now I can show you a dozen charts and indicators that are all screaming buy Bitcoin, bull run heating up big time. But I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to show you two. The first is the stock to flow chart. This very famous chart shows where the price of Bitcoin is heading based on the stock and production of the asset. Now, it has been very accurate up to this point in showing the long-term trend for Bitcoin. This model shows that we are on the cusp of a major rally, and that this time next year, Bitcoin will be over $100,000. And I know there's a lot of distance between where we are right now and $100,000. That fact's not lost on me. But what that means is that the days of Bitcoin under $20,000 are getting very, very limited. How unlikely is it going to be that we're going to go back to $20,000 and Bitcoin's at $50,000? And that's going to happen. And the second chart I want to show you is this one, the monthly chart for Bitcoin. Every time the monthly candle has surpassed the previous peak high candle, it has resulted in a massive rally for Bitcoin. That exact thing happened 3 days ago, meaning that we are now taking the first steps towards a mega rally that will grow and grow throughout 2021. Now, how high will this rally take us? No one knows for sure, but $100,000 is seeming more and more like a simple inevitability to me. With all of the factors we've discussed here in this video working together, it's, again, that perfect storm situation. It just doesn't make logical, mathematical sense that Bitcoin will stay under $20,000 for much longer. Anyway, I hope you guys made good use of the 3-year bear market to pack your freaking bags, because we're getting ready for liftoff. But, you know, hey, those are just my 2 Satoshis. I am, after all, just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. I want to know what you think. Do you think the days of Bitcoin under $20,000 are quickly running out? Or is this one of those famous Bitcoin videos made by YouTubers right before a massive, brutal crash? Is this the top signal? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hope you're having a freaking fantastic day. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.